Hit you with another one of them old phenomenal shits.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Undrlvld. My name is Chris. I appreciate you all being here and for the continued support. I want to say, we're back. The holidays are over. So of course, that means we're going to get more Sky Raiders videos and we're going to continue our Warlock Patron little series we have going on. Also want to remind everyone that we are done with Solace the Crown of the Magister. Awesome game, highly recommend it. And I'm sure they have another DLC brewing in the background. I'm gonna take a little video game break, just a little one, but come next Friday, you'll be getting a video on my character creation for Baldur's Gate 3. Yes, I'm finally gonna jump into Baldur's Gate 3. But yeah, I'm gonna make a video creating my characters, kind of going around the thought process behind it, and then the following week we're gonna start with episodes. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do 30-minute episodes or hour-long episodes. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do because Baldur's Gate. It's Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, do I want to do 30-minute episodes or do I want like juicy hour-long episodes? I don't know. I'll figure it out. With that being said, we're about 70 subscribers away from our fourth giveaway. That fourth giveaway also being when we reach 500 subscribers. So I'll be sure to make that into an awesome giveaway for all of you. Thank you all for the support. Be sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell if you want to help us get to, our goal. And share the channel to everyone you know. But with that being said, let's get into the video. So in the next part of our Warlock Patron series, we're going to be going over the Archfey options in the Domain of Delight PDF that you can find on DMsGuild. And also, if you buy it on DMsGuild, you'll get the money, it goes to charity. So, you'll be getting some awesome stuff, awesome resources, and you'll be helping the kids. Who doesn't want to do that, at least to some degree? So, creating an Archfey. Now, Archfey are among the most powerful beings in the feywild. Now, I really enjoyed this section, mostly because of how easily it seems to lend itself into not only creating an Archfey, but also converting a pre-existing creature to being an Archfey. And which is exactly what we're doing. We created Narrador, the Moonstone Dragon, and now we have to transition him into an Archfey so he can be a Warlock Patron, specifically for Archfey Warlocks, but with little tweaks here and there, you can have it be a Warlock Patron to anyone. So, we go into the first section here. Encountering the Archfey. Right here, yes. I don't know why I kept scrolling. Now, this section, it's really up to the DM on how he or she wants to handle it. The only things I would say to keep in mind is that Narrador's primarily being designed to be a Warlock Patron. So I would assume that he would engage the visitors rather than shun them because, chances are amongst the visitors is one of his warlocks. So, and considering he's a seeker of knowledge and stories, he's very protective of that stuff. Like, that's kind of his hoard, not necessarily like treasure or anything. It's knowledge and stories. So he would probably stay in the inner sanctum of his domain, since, his domain is also going to be his dragon lair. So I don't see him traveling around too much. But that's why he established the relationship that he has with his denizens, so that way they can, kind of be his eyes and ears. Now, if I would say, if, you're gonna have this Warlock Patron play more of an active role, I would assume it would be related to the Warlock personally, be it like his backstory or just something that's unraveling in the campaign that's focused on him, or you know, it can be something specific to the campaign. Like that might actually be better if for whatever reason you just want to use Narrador as an NPC. But that's just some suggestions to me. You know, the next section is Fey Court. I think we established this in one of the earlier videos. I'm not designing him to really have like any affiliation with any of the Fey Courts. Obviously, you know, if your campaign deems it necessary, you know, you can do whatever you want. But that's just, you know, I just, you know, I don't have that in mind. Like he's kind of a, like, you know, as much as he likes receiving and giving stories and obtaining knowledge, like he doesn't necessarily like to share that knowledge. So I mean, he might, you know, I don't know, go to a party at one of the courts or something like that and, you know, share stories, but he's a very private a private dragon. I don't really see him. I mean, you could stretch it, but you know, that's just not how I'm designing him. Now, presentation, on the other hand, I went with number 6, Iridescent. The Archfey floats off the ground and gazes about with glowing eyes, their bodies surrounded by a nimbus of light, and their skin, in this case scales, sparkling like sunlight, in this case moonlight, on water. So yeah, I just thought, I mean, I didn't want anything too crazy because he already kind of has like a lot going on with his appearance. So, at least in my opinion. So yeah, I kept it a little simple, something just to like give it a little spice, you know, a little bam to that. And now the next section, personality. This guy's gonna have, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to mold all the personality traits that he has together. This one, only one really seemed to make that much sense, not only for like a warlock, but for someone who seeks, you know, knowledge and stories and whatnot. And that would be covetous. The Archfey hoards things they consider valuable, in this case, knowledge and stories, and uses spies to find more of what they covet. The Archfey never leaves their lair for fear that their hoard might be plundered. Just makes sense to him. And that's why I was thinking that the warlocks that he has, other than his denizens, but the warlocks specifically, like they're his front line on the material plane, looking for the knowledge to give back to him and helping to make the stories. That's why he's giving them this power. It's not necessarily, you know, for the warlock's benefit. It's so they have the strength and resources to live and come back with stories for Narrador. Now, obsessions was also, that was very easy. Number 8, stories. The Archfey wants nothing more than to listen to stories told by creatures from faraway places, hence giving someone on the material plane powers via Warlock. They love to gather lore so they can build their own internal world of imagination or transform their domain with ideas from other worlds. Their lair is festooned with books which give the Archfey inspiration. So not only is this a good obsession, but, you know, they love to gather lore so they can build their own internal world of imagination or transform their domain with ideas from other worlds. This is also going to play a part in when we create his domain of delight. So it's kind of like a twofer. It's got stuff to contribute to a lot of things. This is cool. I kind of want to play a centaur. I feel like that would be interesting. So I'm waiting for that new Monsters of the Multiverse book to see if they kind of make centaurs a little bit more interesting. So next up, we got signature magic. Now, this was a bit hard to choose from because it's like, do I base this off his obsessions, his personality. Like, I didn't really know at first what to pick. But then I read the options. And I mean, it's like I based the obsession off his seeking of stories. And now I'm basing the signature magic on him seeking of knowledge. So I went with number 4, Hand of Knowing. One of the Archfey's hands, that'd be kind of awkward to use as a dragon, blurs as though it were in multiple places at once. The Archfey can learn the entire history of a creature or object by touching it with that hand. Come on. Seeker of stories and all. I mean, it's too perfect. It's too perfect. Magical gifts. Now, this one, not only is he a Moonstone Dragon, not only is he a Warlock Patron, not only is he an Archfey, you know, it's like, he's obviously powerful. I mean, don't worry, I'm gonna try to make sure I'm not gonna make him like, you know, he's not gonna be like Bahamut or anything like that. But, you know, it's a relatively powerful being. So, I wouldn't pick just one magical gift. I mean, there's a lot to offer here. You know, be it a charm, you pick one of the charms or supernatural gifts in Dungeon Master Guide, you know, summoning a guide to help you. Lore would be a good one. I mean, knowing useful knowledge and whatnot. There's a lot that you could do with all of these, and I feel that it should be up to the DM. I don't even think that you should roll on here. It's just, I think this Warlock Patron is powerful enough to where this should just be situational. You know, if they come to you and someone in their party died, bring him back to life. If you want to, you know, give your Warlock, you know, a little more oomph, you know, give it a charm or something. So I think it should just be situational. The DM should decide what this is, not me, because this would also be a huge contributing factor in a campaign. And I don't want to limit anyone by saying you should pick this. I'm trying to be as open-ended as I can with this, so it's easily adapted into any campaign and setting. Now the last part is Archfey statistics. We're not going to worry about that, because in the end, we're going to take everything that we got from the Moonstone Dragon and making our dragon, everything that we're doing right now and making the Archfey. We're going to take everything, combine it all together, and then make Narrador the Withering Wyrm Archfey Warlock Patron. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to make it look all fancy, kind of like, you know, layouts like this. Not sure what the CR is gonna be. There's gonna be a lot of things I take into consideration, be it Moonstone Dragons, green, black, fairy dragons, since those dragons are gonna be influencing the lair. I'm also gonna be looking at the Witherbloom Dragon. I can't think of the name off the top of my head. From the Strixhaven, A Curriculum of Chaos book. That's actually where I kind of got the inspiration for Narrador the Withering Wyrm, was from that dragon, but this is before we got the book, and I realized, you know, kind of how, you know, boring stat block wise that dragon was. So I'm gonna be taking a lot of things into consideration. Obviously, it'll have the Fey rebirth, and, you know, it's a Moonstone Dragon, so it's already gonna have legendary resistance. I'm just gonna have to figure out, I don't want it to stray too far from the normal Moonstone Dragon CR. So I'll probably have to tag in some more established DMs so they can take a look at it and make sure I'm not, you know, making him way too uberly powerful. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this episode. I was thinking, you know, how in-depth I want. I feel like short, sweet, and to the point is kind of how I want to do things. But if people want more like in-depth details and more thought, like, if you guys want just more, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll tone it down, take it a little slowly. But I kind of figured, you know, short and sweet and to the point with these videos as I'm building up. And then once we get to that final video where I unveil everything related to this dragon, then that's when I'm going to kind of go a little bit more in depth, and you'll probably get a longer video because, you know, I'm going to have to give my input and, you know, so you guys know kind of how to integrate them into your campaign. And I take a lot of pride in this. This is the first thing I've ever created. So, but the next episode, we're going to go in to the next chapter. Bam. Creating a domain of delight. After we go through this section, I'm going to take all that juicy information on green, black, fairy, moonstone, dragon lairs. I'm going to combine it all together. In the following week, I'm going to release a video on the final version of the Domain of Delight / lair. So that's, like, we're wrapping up. We got like maybe got the Domain of Delight, the final version. And we probably got like 3 videos left in this series. So yeah, we're wrapping up pretty soon, which is actually kind of cool because I think it'll line up with my campaign that I'm joining, which is one of the reasons why I'm making this, is for my friend's campaign. So yeah, if you have any input, any advice, anything you want to see, any contributions you want to make, just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll get it done. So thank you all for swinging by. Have yourselves a good day, and I'll catch you in the next one.